Hello everyone, welcome to Global Online. Today we are starting a brand new series for CLAT 2026 preparation. In this lecture, we will focus on legal reasoning previous year questions explained in detail with the solutions. This is the lecture 1 where we begin step by step covering important concepts and question solving strategies to boost your CLAT preparation. Also, we are excited to announce that our new live batch for CLAT 2026 is starting from 8th of September 2025. In this batch, you will get daily live classes, recorded video lectures, complete syllabus notes, mock test, and a large set of MCQ for practice. For enrollment, you can contact us on WhatsApp at given number, and you can also join by downloading the Global Online app. So let's begin our journey towards CLAT 2026 success with the today's legal reasoning session. So guys, first let's read the passage together. This passage discusses how children interact with the criminal justice system either as a victim or a witness or as a children in a conflict with the law. It also highlights a recent data from the National Crime Record Bureau, that is the NCRB report 2021, showing trends in crime against children in India, especially in categories like kidnapping, abduction, and cases under POCSO Act. The passage further explains the main objective of the criminal justice system, which include deterrence and punishment of offenders. Finally, it details the risks children face when involved with the criminal justice system, including trauma, abuse, and limited opportunity. Children come in contact with the criminal justice system either as a victim or a witness to a crime or as a children in conflict with the law, that is CICL. As CICI, they could be alleged of accused or reorganized as having broken the law by committing a crime. According to the National Crime Record Bureau NCRB report 2021, India recorded a total number of 1,49,404 instances of crimes against children in the 2021, a rise of over 16% from the previous year. In terms of percentage, the top categories under crime against children were kidnapping and abduction, followed by cases registered under the POCSO Act. Further, the NCRB report revealed that of the total cases, 53,874 were registered under POCSO section. Sexual offences against children shows a steady ascent with the 47,221 such cases being recorded in 2020 and 47,335 cases in 2019. In 2019, as many as 32,269 cases were registered across the country, while the 2021 report registered a decline of 3.5%, recording 31,170 cases. The criminal justice system of any country broadly referred to agency of the government charged with the enforcing law, adjudicating crimes, and correcting criminal conduct. The main objective of the criminal justice system is deterrence, that is to punish the transgressor and the criminals and to maintain law and order in the society. Globally, children and young people are routinely exposed to various forms of violence if they are before the criminal justice system. They are at a risk of physical and psychological abuse, sexual assault, and other harms, including inadequate educational opportunities, poor and outdated vocational training. They face several challenges, including mental, emotional, and behavioral disorders. Children who are victims of violence or exposed to violence during the childhood are more likely to have difficulty in school, abuse drugs or alcohol, act aggressively, suffer from depression or other mental health problems, and engage in a criminal behavior as adults. So let's look at the question 1. Which of the following issues children who are victim of violence during childhood face in a life as per the author of the above passage? The options are: they may have difficulties in school, they may abuse drug or alcohol and suffer from mental health problems, they may act aggressively and engage in a criminal behavior. And option D is all of the above. So let's break it down. First, we look for the keywords in the question: issues children face, victim of violence, and as per the author. So these are some important keywords in the question. Now let's go back to the passage. The relevant part says, children who are victim of violence or exposed to violence during childhood are more likely to have a difficulty in school, abuse drug or alcohol, act aggressively, suffer from depression or other mental health problems, and engage in a criminal behavior as an adult. So this is the relevant part. So options A, B, and C are explicitly mentioned since the question asks which of the following issue they face, and all are correct. So the best answer is D, all of the above. Now the question is, what is the primary objective of the criminal justice system as mentioned in the passage? We have options here: rehabilitation of offenders, punishment of offenders, reformation of the offenders, protection of the victims from offenders. So guys, the keyword is primary objective and criminal justice system. We have to look for these words in the passage. So the passage says the main objective of a criminal justice system is a deterrence, that is to punish the transgressor and criminals and to maintain law and order in the society. Let's go to the options. So the main focus is on punishment and maintaining order. Rehabilitation and reformation are not mentioned as a primary objective, and while victims' protection is important, it's not stated as the primary goal. So the correct answer will be option B, punishment of the offenders. Let's go to the next question. Question number 3. The National Crime Records Bureau, that is NCRB in India, is responsible for option A, conducting forensic investigation of records of criminals, maintaining a national database of fingerprints of criminals, compiling and analyzing crime data, maintaining a national database of enforcement of a criminal laws. So the important keywords are National Crime Record Bureau in India. So what are their responsibility? We can look into the passage. So this passage cites the NCRB report of 2021, which means NCRB compiles crime data. It does not mention forensic fingerprints or enforcement directly. So the correct option will be compiling and analyzing crime data. That is option C. Let's go to the next question. Which category had the highest number of cases under crime against children according to the NCRB report 2021? Options are given. Option A, POXO. Option B, kidnapping and abduction. Option C, sexual offenders. Option D, all of the above. So the passage says in terms of a percentage, the top categories under crime against children were kidnapping and abduction, followed by cases registered under the POXO Act. So the correct answer will be kidnapping and abduction. So the option B will be the correct answer. Let's move to the next question. Which one of the following is the correct expansion of the term POXO used in the passage? We have options here. Option A, protection of children from sexual offenses. Option B, prosecution of criminals of sexual offenses. Option C, protection of children and women from sexual offenses. None of the above. So guys, as we know, the passage discusses sexual offenses against children and the POXO sections are mentioned in this context. So the correct answer or the correct expansion is widely known and matches the context here. That is option A, protection of children from sexual offenses. So the option A will be the correct answer. Let's move to the last question of this session. What risk do children face when exposed to the criminal justice system as per the passage? We have options here. Limited access to vocational training, exposed to a risk of physical abuse, mental health challenges and behavioral disorders, and all of the above. The passage itself says they are at a risk of a physical and psychological abuse, sexual assault and other harms, including inadequate educational opportunities, poor and outdated vocational training. They face several challenges including mental, emotional and behavioral disorders. So it means children are at a risk of a physical and psychological abuse, sexual assault and other harms, including inadequate educational and vocational training. They also face mental, emotional and behavioral disorders. So all three options which are given are supporting. So the correct answer will be option D, all of the above. So guys, we worked through a 6 CLAT logical reasoning MCQ by first reading the passage, then breaking down each question, highlighting keywords and matching them to the correct information in the passage. So always remember to look for evidence in the text and don't assume anything beyond what is given. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more CLAT content. Happy studying and see you in the next video.